Alright, so I've modified my original hand control steering for the Torqeedo 1103. I did have like a T-shaped steering handle here with two eye bolts, or screw eyes rather, attaching the steer lines that I have routed back to the Torqeedo. That wasn't working too well because of the geometry of how these guys turn around a pivot point. They turn much better if you have it as a constant loop system, which I think is basically the concept behind the rudder steering on the Pro Angler. So what I've done is I've modified it, cut out this with a hole saw, basically this this drum that's routed out there with a little channel for these the lines that come off of the steering triangle, which I have cleated to the innermost on the steering triangle, which seems to be the most effective. And this is in good tension here, and the entire system ends here on this Harken pulley, which is tight against, I just have my rod holder here that I pull tight, and I have it set to the right dimensions here. So the ends terminate at two different points, kind of like the rudder lines do. And these are always in tension except when I pull up the whole motor, which I have over here. And once I pull that up, then it releases all that tension for launching and recovering so that you can undo everything. Right now I have the reverse kind of like locked down, so I was testing forward and reverse. But it's very, very smooth. I have full control. Here I am steering it left and right. Just my left hand here. Obviously I gave myself a big moment arm here to help, but it's very easy to turn. It's very, very smooth on that Harken pulley up there. So I'll give it some gas just to show you how it works. So here we go. We'll go up into a high power here just to show you, and actually it holds it quite nicely too, just because of the tension in the lines. So I'll give it a good big turn here. There we go. So it's holding it on its own, just the tension inherent in the system. I'll zero it out again, going straight. Here we are going 5 miles an hour with 600 watts, and it's holding it nicely. So no feet, no foot control steering, which I didn't want because of this, rods everywhere. I want a clean deck. So here we go, left turn, no issues. Come back to the right turn, no issues. Of course, if you want to maximize the turn, you can use the rudder itself. I'm basically doing 360s inside my own turn circle here. So there we go. So that's how it is. It works great. And this is tensioned against this multifunctional plate with a bolt and a lock nut on the reverse side. So that's how that stays in tension. And the way that this piece of plastic stays fixed to the wood here, to this wooden drum, is underneath. I've drilled out and countersunk and drilled in just one screw that basically affixes this plastic handle, which I just shaped on a table saw, to the drum, so that those two connect and are connected physically, so they're always joined together. So that way you don't have to have foot control steering. You can leave the motor in the water and use it kind of as your primary rudder, or use both rudders. I have both handles are right next to each other here, so it's real easy. I basically usually leave the normal rudder just straight forward, and even when I'm pedaling around with the Mirage Drive, which once I get to where I'm going, then I'm just using the Mirage Drive. Just using this becomes your primary rudder, and it has a lot of authority. So the system works great.